Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. Friends, the Northeast is rightly called the paradise unexplored. Today we will take you to Itanagar and see what makes this place very special. We will also go over to Sikkim, where the Pang Lapsol festival was observed recently. Nagaland has bagged 7 prestigious national awards in the Van Dhan Vikas Yojana and minimum support price schemes for exemplary performance in various categories. These schemes focus on farmers' entrepreneurship programs through processing, packaging, branding and marketing of locally available products. Let's hear more about this from our Kohima correspondent.
Nagaland has managed to receive these prestigious national awards because of the close coordination of the various departments and proactive support from people at large. Nagaland topped in 3 categories which include Best Survey, Best Training and the most number of Van Dhan Vikas clusters established. The state also secured the 3rd positions in Best Sales generated at Rs 1,15,86,000. The state was also awarded for innovative and creative products, ideas for gooseberry wine with Toka Multipurpose Society Limited as supplier and mushroom cultivation with Nagaland Beekeeping and Honey Mission as the supplier. The awards were announced virtually by Union Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda on the occasion of the 34th Foundation Day of the Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, TriFed, on August 6, 2021. Under the Van Dhan Vikas Yojana, Nagaland has 206 clusters comprising 2,805 self-help groups and 61,800 beneficiaries throughout the states. TriFed spearheads the implementation of the Van Dhan program in 27 states and 307 districts with the availability of minor forest producers and significant forest dwelling tribal population. This is Asunyo for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Kohima.
Cancer is one of the important causes of morbidity and mortality in India. Population-based cancer registries play a vital role in formulating cancer control plans as well as in monitoring their success. Population-based cancer registry at Pasighat in East Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh is playing a pivotal role in estimating and monitoring the cancer incidences in the state. Here's a report.
The project was started at Bakin Pertin General Hospital in Pasighat in 2011 under the National Cancer Registry Program to study the burden, trend and patterns of cancer in eastern Arunachal Pradesh. Dr. Kaling Jerang, senior pathologist and principal investigator of the project, informed that along with other NCRP cancer registries in the northeastern region, the data from the project has established Northeast India as the cancer capital of the country, with age-adjusted cancer incident rates of newly diagnosed cancer cases highest in India.
हम पासीघाट जनरल हॉस्पिटल से ईस्टर्न अरुणाचल को पूरा कवर करते हैं। तो इसमें जो ईस्टर्न अरुणाचल यहाँ से ईस्ट सियांग से लेके अपर सियांग से लेके लोंगडिंग तक जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, यहाँ के हम कैंसर पेशेंट्स का बर्डन हम जानना चाहते हैं, कितने कैंसर पेशेंट है, किस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कितना है। फिर उस कैंसर का जो पैटर्न है, कौन सा कैंसर कहाँ ज्यादा है, मेल में कितना है, फीमेल में कितना है, उसके बाद कौन सा एज ग्रुप में ज्यादा कैंसर होता है, और ये हमारे यहाँ का लाइफस्टाइल जो कैंसर से रिलेटेड है, टोबैको रिलेटेड कैंसर कितना है, अल्कोहल रिलेटेड कैंसर कितना है, तो वो सब स्टडी हम करते हैं। फुल नॉर्थ ईस्ट जो है ये इस देश का हम एक टाइप से कह सकते हैं कैंसर कैपिटल है। यहाँ पे हमारा कैंसर जो इंसिडेंस है, कितना कैंसर है, वो जो डाटा है इंडिया में कंट्री में सबसे ज्यादा है नॉर्थ ईस्ट में। और स्पेशली आप अगर ईस्ट सियांग का पासीघाट का बात करें तो यहाँ पे भी हमारा कैंसर बहुत हाई रेट्स में है। इस प्रोग्राम से हमें पता चल रहा है।
Based on the data from the project, ICMR has released the most recent report of National Cancer Registry Program 2020 and the profile of cancer and other health indicators in Northeastern Region 2021, according to which Papumpare district in Arunachal Pradesh has recorded the highest number of new cancer cases among females with 219.8 per 1 lakh population. For Northeast Diary, this is Rakesh Dole, AIR News, Itanagar.
During the COVID-19 pandemic and series of lockdowns in all states, people with various diseases faced multiple challenges, particularly in visiting hospitals and doctors. Hopefully, the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has come up with a solution by developing an online platform called E-Sanjeevani OPD. Here's a report from a correspondent from Aizawl.
The E-Sanjeevani OPD is a new healthcare portal launched by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in Mizoram in April this year, along with other states of the country. The operation of the online OPD has started since day one and evoked a good response from the patients. Officials said that since its inception, 5 doctors from 5 departments were on duty in the online platform of OPD on alternate days. Presently, doctors from medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, pediatrics, surgery and oncology departments are available on this online OPD every day. According to Nodal Officer Dr. Mary Zompingliani, the online OPD has proven to be very useful, especially for the older generations and high-risk groups. Talking to AIR News, Dr. Mary said,
The E-Sanjeevani OPD was launched in April 2, 2021, following the central guidelines, and 5 specialist doctors from medicine, obs and gynae, pediatric surgery and oncology has been monitored the OPD alternately from Monday to Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Some alterations have been made and 5 doctors from 5 departments such as medicine, obs and gynae, pediatric surgery and oncology are all in E-Sanjeevani OPD now from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Various advertisements have been floated in different local channels in the local Mizo language.
According to the doctors, the online system of OPD is gaining popularity and already around 500 patients have used the facility in the state. Doctors said that this online health consultation saves patients money and time. Also, citizens get health advice from doctors by sitting at their home, particularly during the current hard times. For Northeast Diary, this is Irene from Aizawl.
One of Sikkim's most popular festivals, Pang Lapsol, was celebrated on the 22nd of August. The festival is unique to Sikkim and commemorates the consecration of Mount Kangchen Zonga as the state's guardian deity. In West Sikkim's Yuksam, which was the coronation site of the first monarch of Sikkim, Pang Lapsol was celebrated with traditional cheer.
Panglapso is celebrated between August and September to offer respect and homage to guardian deities of Sikkim. In Yuksam, people visited the coronation site of Sikkim's first monarch at Norbugang in traditional attire and celebrated the occasion. Panglapso is celebrated at all major monasteries in Sikkim. Besides traditional rituals, prayers and offerings made to deities, the festival is marked by warrior dance. In Yuksam, a football tournament was also organized to promote brotherhood. Pasang Chering Bhutia among some Sikkim's oldest monastery, Dubdi Gompa, which is located in Yuksam, speaks about the significance of the festival.
Panglapsal पूरे सिक्किम के मोनास्ट्री में मनाया जाता है. हमारे सिक्किम के जितने भी गार्जियन डिटीज है उनके लिए पूजा होती है. स्पेशली हम लोग कंचनजंगा को मानते हैं. कंचनजंगा एक गार्जियन डिटीज है. जब कंचनजंगा को पूजा करते हैं तो हम लोगों का सिर्फ सिक्किम के लिए नहीं, ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड के लिए, सभी संसार के लिए पूजा होता है. और ये एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट पूजा है. और इसमें सिक्किम के जितने भी गार्जियन डिटीज है, इस सभी छोटे छोटे गार्जियन डिटीज को भी सबको पूजा देते हैं. सिर्फ युक्सम में नहीं, सभी मोनास्ट्री में होते हैं और गाँव में भी छोटा छोटा बस्ती में अपने अपने गाँव घर में भी मनाया जाता है. और ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट चार मानते हैं. और उन दिन सभी आदमी अपने ट्रेडिशनल ड्रेस में आते हैं और उन लोग अपना अपना ड्रेस में आके पूजा में आते हैं और पूजा करते हैं. और सभी धर्म का आदमी सब यूनिटी होके आते हैं और वर्ल्ड पीस के लिए, अपने देश को भी शांति के लिए और अपने गाँव को भी, वो सभी के लिए पूजा होते हैं. सिक्किम के जितने भी लोग हैं, भोटिया, लेप्चा, नेपाली, सब मिल के पूजा करते हैं और ये पूजा को बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट मानते हैं सिक्किम में.
Panglapso also marks the commemoration of blood brotherhood sworn between the Lepchas and Bhutias at Kabi in the 15th century. It unites people from all religion and culture in Sikkim and involves prayers for their peace. With Sakatsaka, this is Paija Sharma for Northeast Diary from AIR News Sikkim.
The whole nation celebrated India's Independence Day on the 15th of August. This year is the 75th Independence Day and India is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to mark the 75 years of India's independence. However, today we bring you a story of a unique way in which Independence Day was celebrated in Manipur. A hill district of the state has celebrated this event in almost all the villages, which enshrine the spirit of patriotism to the villagers. Here's more from our Imphal correspondent JJ Thakchang.
Earlier, the Independence Day celebration was held at almost all government establishments and schools in Manipur. It instilled patriotism to younger generation and memorized how our national heroes fought against the mighty British for the freedom of India. This year, the celebration could not take place in most of the places due to the current COVID-19 pandemic. As such, the Deputy Commissioner of Kangpokpi district of Manipur decided to organize the Independence Day at most villages under his jurisdiction. The village chiefs and authorities were requested to observe Independence Day at their own villages. The district administration distributed national tricolor flags and taught the national anthems to the villagers. The Deputy Commissioner of Kangpokpi district, Somorjit Salam, said that the initiative to organize the celebration at grassroots level became a success.
This year's Independence Day marks the 75th year of India's independence, and as such this is a very special occasion. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, we could not plan big-scale celebrations with large congregations. As such, instead of bigger-scale celebration, we went for larger spread of the celebration in smaller groups. Hence, we asked all the village authorities in Kangpokpi district to celebrate at their own level by hoisting the national flag and singing the national anthem while observing strict COVID protocols. We distributed national flags to nearly 575 villages, big and small. The villagers responded warmly and they enthusiastically came out to observe the Independence Day in their respective villages.
Kangpokpi district is about 45 kilometers far from state capital city Imphal, and it is a newly created district of Manipur. It is inhabited by multi-ethnic groups, mainly the indigenous Kukis, Nagas, Nepali and Meiteis. The villagers of the district organized this year's Independence Day very enthusiastically. The villagers of the district appreciated the decision of district administration to organize the celebration at village level.
Okay, my name is Saimin Thang, Dennis Misao. I am the chief of Lungpo village, that is in Kangpokpi district. Firstly, we are grateful to the district administration. They have instructed us to observe in our own ways, in a fitting manner, in our own villages. Actually, the whole credit goes to the young people, the youth club. They have been rehearsing the flag hoisting and arranging the program and even rehearsing the national anthem. We had observed a very brief program because of the COVID situation. So the program was hoisting of the flag and then singing of the national anthem and then a short speech to mark the occasion. We were instructed to keep in mind the COVID situation and remember the COVID warrior.
In spite of the current pandemic, the district administration of Kangpokpi of Manipur has been able to organize the Independence Day celebration without failing its importance to the general public. It has proven how important a day is to Indians. This is JJ Thakchong from Imphal for AIR News, Northeast Diary.
Today we bring you an interview with the Director of Social Welfare, Assam, Mr. Bibhash Modi. The interview is by Manas Pradam Sarma.
This episode of Northeast Diary, we are joined by the Director of Social Welfare Department in Assam, Mr. Bibhash Modi. Mr. Modi, welcome to Northeast Diary.
Thank you for inviting me.
Would you please tell us how your department is functioning during this COVID-19 period?
During COVID-19 pandemic scenario, as you know, our frontline workers are Anganabadi workers. They have worked in the field in tandem with the ASHA workers. Particularly Social Welfare Department is concerned, we have provided take-home rations as well as the hot cooked meal. As everybody knows that in conformity with the guidelines of Government of India, around 62,000 plus Anganwadi centers in the state are totally shut. In this shutdown condition, we provided all these supplementary nutrition food in the form of take-home ration instead of hot cooked meal with the respective families, the children. So that continuity happened there. That system is going on, and we have been continuously working on it.
And another concern area in the state is a mother and child health. So, being the head of the social welfare department, what steps already being taken by you to improve the condition of mother and child in the state?
In fact, I am very glad that you have put on the very relevant questions. We have taken very sensitive and very unique in style this scheme called Curative Parenting. Under the aegis of UNICEF, as you know, during the pandemic scenario, what happens, the children, they rise up from their bed, say 9, 10, 11, sometime in the noon time also. Since they know that there is no school, they would not have to go to school or Anganwadi centers. Even parents also indulge in late rising of the children so that they can concentrate in some other domestic course and all. So in that scenario, we have analyzed that when children stay inside the home all along the day, then there is a tendency on the part of the parent not to listening to the complaint of the children properly. So that behavioral change started taking place in the society. To offset and address exactly that kind of situation, we have tried to educate the supervisors and Anganwadi workers by providing training. Due to pandemic scenario, we have been conducting a webinar, and every day since morning, right from 10 o'clock to evening up to 4 to 5 o'clock, every day there was a webinar in each district, each ICDS project against each ICDS supervisors, even sometimes certain Anganwadi workers also, they participated in our webinar. What we have tried to communicate with them, that during flood, during pandemic situation, how they would address the pregnant and lactating women as well as that vulnerable section. On that front, what we have tried, in addition to curative parenting, in the month of first week of August, as you know, we have declared and celebrated the breastfeeding week, as well as under the Poshan Abhijan, which have been prevalent now for last 3 years in the state. So under the Poshan Abhijan, this month we have declared as growth monitoring month. That means now our worker, they will capture the data of every children and their weight will be taken up properly so that we can identify that stunted children, wasting children, and the SAM and MAM children. SAM means severely acute malnourished children as well as the moderately acute malnourished children. By this time, as per the Poshan tracker, more than 35,000 children we have identified as SAM children. Now, for this pandemic situation, the nutritional health center, what we call NRC in civil hospitals or in subdivisional hospitals, the NRCs are generally used for COVID purpose. So now we have started reviving all these NRCs, and in NRC there is one generally taken care of by a doctor, preferably a pediatrician or a medicine specialist, and it has one dietitian and free ANM or GNM helper, cook and other staffs are there. So we started picking up SAM children and taking them up directly to NRC, or sometimes we are handovering it to the community. So to begin with, we have started in Dimahasao district. SAM children we have picked up and sent that baby to NRC. Taking one baby is not important for us, but we have started the process of reviving the NRC and mainstreaming the NRC once again. So like Dhemaji, we have taken up 15 children in the NRC. Day before yesterday, Golaghat district has picked up 5 children, sent them to NRC, and 44 we have identified in Kamrup Metro. Now we are roping up it with the NRC. So step by step in the state we have 24 NRC. Every week 2 or 3 NRC they started looking up. So I think in the days to come we can address that issue also.
Another concern area I would say is that human trafficking. Anti-trafficking path is being monitored by the police. Now how your department is looking after the rehab part.
In the national level, we have NCPCS. The mirror image of the state is SCPCS. And in the national level, we have ICPS, Integrated Child Protection Society. The mirror image of the state is SCPS, State Child Protection Society. So that Child Protection Society, it has so many peripheral wings. The Child Protection Society, it is headed by the Principal Secretary of the department as the chairperson. And the Secretary of the department, now at present, he is in charge of Member Secretary of SCPS. So every district we have a mechanism called CWC, Child Welfare Committee. So in Child Welfare Committee we have one chairperson and another members are there. So when these traffic child are picked up by police from certain area, they are produced before the CWC. And in case they are juvenile, in that case they are taken to Principal Magistrate of Juvenile Justice Board. If any correction is required, in that case they are sent to observation home, and generally they try to send it to the mother with some preconditions so that the corrective measures can be taken up with the children. There are certain children with the conflict of law, so JJB, the Principal Magistrate, they take care of that part. And another CWC, the traffic child, when they are produced before the CWC, they make an SIR, that investigating report is prepared. On the basis of the report, they decide where the children should be kept, whether that particular children, he or she should be sent back to the family, because if the family is disintegrated or very, very poor, unable to feed the children or send them for proper education, in that case CWC takes a call whether these recovered children shall be sent back to the family or they will be sent to certain homes being run by certain NGOs. Certain children, they are taken to our Jalukbari home. All girls, they are taken to Jalukbari. Boys also, they are sent to Snehabandhan, that is being run by one NGO. CWC recommend them to send to SOS Children Village either in Guwahati or in Hojai. And sometimes they declare it is a fit shelter for children. So in that way the CWC runs, we take care of children who are recovered. So there is a system in place in every district for protection of the children. There is a officer called District Child Protection Officer. She or he takes care of their children. So this is the system in place.
Right. And finally, since you are heading the department, you must have some plan for the betterment of the department, Mother and Child Health.
Only 4 days back, this new government has completed their 100 days. So we prepared our success story, what we have done in last 100 days. So first of all, I would like to enumerate like this. Government has decided to go for construction of 1000 model Anganabadi centers at the cost of rupees 25 lakhs per Anganabadi centers, which is historic for the department. It never happened earlier because the grant given by Government of India, it was only 4.50 lakhs. But state government of Assam under the leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister and our Social Welfare Minister, they have decided to make it very symbolic and very attractive Anganabadi center so that people start thinking that there is some revival and new attraction to the Anganabadi centers. So that's what we call it modern Anganabadi center, and that will come up in the days to come. So that is the first initiative on the department. So as you asked me what would be the fate of the traffic child who are recovered, so government was pleased to announce a building for 100 crores where the old age people as well as the children, what we call CCI, that will be constructed at the cost of rupees 100 crores in Boko, covering an area of around 60 to 70 acres there, and child care institution plus old age home, that will come up in Boko. And the department has been given the time frame of only 2 years. So I think it is achievable and we are working on that front. These are two new initiatives so far as construction is concerned. So recently, to mark the occasion of 100 days completion, the Honorable Chief Minister spared his time and graced the occasion to inaugurate that old age home at Sonapur, where we have arranged the accommodation of 60 inmates there for our what we call Ma Devta or Aita. So they will be kept there. Our superintendent is there, staffs are put in place, and very new type of arrangement is there. The curative part is given to an NGO. They will take care of the inmates, and government will run the entire scenario. So this is an unique system we have put in place. Another certain buildings are also coming up. This is one of the new initiatives. It is exemplary, you can say. We are lifting rice only at the cost of ₹3 from Food Corporation of India. It never happened earlier in the state. For the first time, we endeavor to lift the rice. After facing so much of obstacles, it has paved the way, and certain districts started lifting rice also. Now, why we are lifting the rice from FCI? When we are asking someone to procure rice, they are purchasing rice at the cost of at least ₹40 or ₹50. But we are providing rice only at the rate of ₹3. That means per kg minimum we are saving 37 to 47 rupees. Right? So if you deduct this transportation, handling charge and other cost also, commission, etc., we can save 35 to 40 rupees per kg. So with that saving money, government has contemplated to provide milk, soybean, dal, egg also. So the nutrition board we have consulted, because as you know, there are certain values we have to keep while preparing the recipe. For children, we have to provide as an S&P 500 calorific value and 12 to 15 grams of protein. For lactating and pregnant women, we have to provide 800 calorific value and 20 grams of protein. Who are the SAM children? In that case, we have to provide 800 calorific value plus 20 to 25 grams of protein. So these are certain criteria we need to follow.
Mr. Modi, you gave us time and you gave us a very good feedback on what are the activities you have already taken or to be done in coming days. Thank you again from Northeast Diary.
Thank you very much.
And now, let us endeavor to know more about the special places that are nestled in the cozy corners of India's northeast. Today, we are heading to a very beautiful place in Arunachal Pradesh. The natural scenery of Arunachal is hard to describe in words. It's almost like a magical, mystical place. Itanagar, the capital city of Arunachal Pradesh, lies in the foothills of the Himalayas and is a must-visit place for tourists who want to explore the northeast. Here's a report.
Itanagar, the capital city of Arunachal Pradesh, is nestled in the lap of nature with hills and valleys all around. Set in the foothills of the Himalayas, the city is home to medieval remains, museums, temples of various faiths, and a lake which attracts visitors for being situated at such an altitude. Itanagar got its name from the ancient remains of medieval Itafort, situated in the heart of the city. Itafort is one of the most important historical sites in the state. The name Itafort literally means fort of bricks. The fort has an irregular shape, built mainly with bricks dating back to the 14th, 15th century. Another important tourist attraction of Itanagar is the Buddhist Mahayana Gompa temple in the middle of the city. Located on a hilltop, the Gompa temple attracts people of every faith. The State Museum in the city has historical specimens from all the important archaeological sites in the state. It also showcases the rich cultural heritage and aspects of tribal life in the state. These include clothing, headdress, weapons, handicraft, musical instruments, jewelry and other artifacts of daily use and culture. Ganga Lake or Geker Sinyan is a lake in Itanagar which is one of the most popular places in the city. The lake has no connection with any water body and its watercolor when seen from above looks green. Many mythological rumors about the Ganga Lake and its color are heard still. Itanagar is connected by road and railways. A new greenfield airport is also coming up next year in the city. With Rakesh Dole, Suparna Sekya for Northeast Diary.
And with that, we come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Please do join us next week to hear more stories about this enchanting part of India. Goodbye.